Tim Whitmire with the North Georgia Sportslink on a Sunday evening, which is also the eve of round 2 of the high school basketball playoffs in the state of Georgia. And we have 3 teams still in contention in the area for a state title. And as we were all enjoying our beautiful weather on a Sunday evening, some of you probably were waiting for the race to start, which is finally running now in Daytona. Basketball teams are getting ready for those next rounds. Starting off the practices this afternoon was Dawson County, as they are preparing for a trip on Tuesday down to Ellenwood, which is in Henry County, to take on Cedar Grove. The Lady Tigers of Dawson County were also practicing this afternoon, as they will travel on Monday to Morgan County to take on Morgan County in the second round of the Class AAA. And North Forsyth on Monday night at 7:30 will be taking on Duluth down at Raider Arena. And we all know how everyone packed that out last Friday night. So we're ready for some exciting basketball. We're going to start with the Dawson County boys, who are practicing this afternoon after a big win on Friday night to advance to the second round. Of course, as I said, they're going to have to go on the road for round 2. And after their practice this afternoon, I caught up with Levi Whitmire, who put up 17 points in that win. Here's Levi's view on the game from this past Friday night.
It was different. They didn't. I guess they were pretty far away from where we were. There wasn't that many. They didn't bring that many people, but it was still pretty upbeat. We played really good as a team. Everybody passed the ball around. That's the main thing. When we pass the ball around, and everybody scores. Then that's when we win games. Not when somebody has a big night or anything. That we really shared the ball, and I think that's why we had such a good game.
Right after the Dawson County boys were practicing, the girls took the court, and after they finished up this afternoon, we caught up with Coach Sweat and several of the players as they prepare to go down to Madison, Georgia to take on Morgan County. Here's the views from Coach Sweat, a couple of the seniors, Allison Honey and Madison Shope, and also got to talk with sophomore Cardi Bearden and junior Ashley Parker. So here's what they had to say about that upcoming game.
Well, we had to go to Cartersville last night, and Tim, we knew they were going to be tough. We got over there playing in front of their home crowd, which was tough, and I had to go on the road. Got going, started off pretty good, kicked it out to, I believe it was 16-12 in the first quarter, and then late in the third quarter now, they made a run and tied it up 39-39. But I believe this was a big key to the game. We turned right around and went on a 5-0 run, and at the end of the third quarter, we was up 44-39, and then we never lost the lead after that. I think that was a big key to the game, which was always a sweet win, especially wins in the state tournament, which put us in the Sweet 16.
What about Morgan County? We don't know anything about Morgan County.
Yes, very athletic. We do know that they split with Buford. Yeah, really. So they're that good, and not that they hadn't shown that every time, but they can be that good. They beat them. I believe it was the very first game of the year. And then, of course, later on in the year, I believe it was early February, Buford come back and they beat them pretty good at Buford. So, and then we had a good game with Buford. So if we just go and play and do the things we're supposed to do, I think we'll be okay.
I can't believe, I can, but I'm excited to go this year, and I hope we do as well as we did last year, and I just continue on this great journey we've been going on.
What about you? How about your perspective of this state run?
It's definitely bittersweet because it's our second year and we want to go as far, of course, but it's a different bond with this team. We've got such a good bond, and I think that we can go far.
Talk about the teamwork on this group.
Teamwork.
I think we meshed really well.
I think we've meshed really well. We've had a rough patch this season, as you saw, but we have really came together, and our defense has just been phenomenal the past few games, and I hope we just keep it up. We've just been talking more, and we've just been getting along well, and it's because we've been playing ball together our whole lives. And
I think we did really good as a team, helping off on defense. We've really improved a lot throughout the year, and we just shut down their main players, which was a really key factor for us in the game.
We have to play hard every game. It's not like everybody has to play together, and they have post players and stuff, and so we have to box out. They hit the boards really good, and three-point shooters is a really big key that we have to get out on them.
Was the game yesterday, was it a pretty tough one?
It was rough. I got some battle scars.
Yeah.
Just physical game?
Yeah. The more you get into the tournament, the more physical it's going to be. They're not going to give you baby clothes. So.
After that, we caught the late afternoon practice of North Forsyth. Coach Eric Herrick and the Lady Raiders were practicing down at Raider Arena. We caught up with Coach Herrick and also Avery Scarborough right before their practice. And was their outlook on the game. And also, keep in mind what Avery says in this interview about that great crowd at North Forsyth.
The game the other night, we kind of got a slow start. Got down 10-0 early. Kids kind of felt a little bit of pressure, and they're tough kids. They responded. We came back with our own 10-0 run, and for the next I guess 2 quarters it was back and forth. And then I think in the fourth quarter we just kind of wore them down, started putting some pressure on. We did a much better job on the Frazier kid, and she had 22 in the first half, and we held her to 2 field goals in the second half. So I think that was the difference in the game.
I think the last 2 games, Myers had a big first half. You responded well defensively second half against her. Then 2 games in a row. Do you think you have to do something like that again on Monday night? Where they have a player that you got to shut down, or a single person you got to focus on?
Duluth doesn't have just one superstar that's going to take. Myers took 25, 26 shots, and Frazier took 31 shots the other night. They're not going to have a kid that's going to go out and attempt that many shots. They're more of a balanced team. They're real big across the front line. A couple 6-foot kids, a 6'3" kid. So we're going to have to do a better job of rebounding the basketball and trying to keep the ball out of the post.
Talk about the crowd that was here Friday night, and I'm sure you want another crowd like that this week.
Oh, no question. I think that that was the best atmosphere. I guarantee there's not another state tournament game that had that kind of atmosphere. That was incredible to have that many people in here, and the students, people from the community, alumni. It was just a very special atmosphere for our basketball team.
Well, the win on Friday night was really big for us because I didn't want the season to be done. Our goal is to get to the Elite Eight because we've only been in Sweet 16 for 2 years in a row. So that's what we really wanted to do, and the crowd here really helped that. There were so many people here. This entire place was packed, like student section up, it's amazing when your entire community comes out to support you.
It was a physical game the other night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So how do you have to change your game when it gets that physical?
For me, I start getting fouls called when the game starts getting physical, so I have to kind of back off, not be so aggressive and so physical.
Well, whether you're going to North Forsyth's matchup, as you said, Avery said, pretty much a crowd made a difference to get out there. And on the road, that crowd will make a difference too. So we hope a lot of folks from Dawson County will be making the trip over to Morgan County on Monday night and down to Cedar Grove on Tuesday night. But we hope to have some great reports coming out of those round 2 basketball games. And hopefully all 3 of those teams will be playing on Wednesday and Thursday in the Elite Eight with a chance to go to the Final Four and eventually the state championship. For the North Georgia Sports Link, I'm Tim Whitmire.